Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we are back with the Baron G-58 with the improvement mod that makes the aircraft significantly better. And today we're going to check it out. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides as well as any future guides that come along down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below, and thank you to all of my current subscribers. Alright guys, so I did a review on this mod a while back, and really not much has changed with it. There's been a couple of updates with it, but I decided to get this aircraft some more attention. I really love the Baron G-58. It's a fun aircraft to fly. It's a twin engine. I love twin engines. And so I just figured, you know what? We're going to go take the aircraft around. We're going to spin ourselves around Sedona here. Maybe go check out Flagstaff or something like that. We'll see what's around in the area. Maybe do a touch and go or two. We'll just have to check things out and just see where the flight takes us today. There's no real great grand plan today. Just going to have some fun in simulator here with an amazing aircraft. And this is definitely an amazing one. Let me get that back to size where it should be. There you guys go. That should be a bit better for y'all. All right, so let's get started here. No point in hanging around for nothing. And it probably would help if I turned the head tracker on if I'm going to use it. Hey, look at that. We have some action here. All right, so let's start playing around here. So let's make sure we got everything working here. All right, there's prop, mixture, excellent. All right, cowl flap should be open for the takeoff here. Fuel tanks are open as well. We'll open both those bad boys. There we go. Groovy stuff here. And let's turn our left and right batteries on. That's always a good thing to have. Same thing with the left and right alternators. Let's turn some nav lights on, beacon lights on. Let the world know we're getting ready to do something fun. And let's see here. I'm hoping that we're not going to need to use the primer, but we'll see what happens. It's one good engine start. Excellent. And let's bring number 1 on. Dude, the ground traffic in Microsoft Flight Simulator really has some need for improvement. Okay, avionics master now comes alive. Let's set our barometric pressure according to altitude here today. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and set my mixture back a little bit according to altitude. We are like 5,200 feet. 4,700 feet, sorry. Let's do a little bit of a run up. Looks like right about there. All right. All right, Wheeler back here. Let's go have some fun in the Baron. Like I said, I really enjoy this aircraft. This aircraft is a ton of fun to fly. And let's see here. Where's our parking brake? Right down there. Oh, hey, pitot heat. That'd probably be helpful. Same thing with a taxi light. Get my head down under there. Been a minute since I've flown her. Don't need the strobe. Where's my pitot heat at? I'm trying to remember where the hell I put it. And yes, I did say where I put it. My plane. It's just one of those things. It's a gift. Okay. And let's turn some sound up for you guys. I just realized the sim audio was down a little low. Let's fix that issue right now. All right. Let's go fly the awesome Baron. Hey, Jose, you're going to want to move, man. Like, look at this ridiculous ground traffic. 400 cars piling up. This one back over here. This is one of those goofy things that I really wish Asoba would fix. It's like, I don't feel like it should take that much to fix that particular issue. And so your options are you deal with the chaos or you don't have any ground traffic whatsoever. And that's sort of where I'm at now. Or where we've been, I should say. Alright, let's see here. I need to bring myself forward a little bit. There we go, so I can actually look back. Ah! And then we'll zoom the camera out. There we go. That's a bit better. Still got to dial my track IR settings in quite a bit here. We have some really cool stuff coming in the next few weeks, guys, to review here. We got a really awesome, believe it or not, there's been a change to the cockpit that I just built that you guys are going to be seeing here that I think you're going to really enjoy. We've got some really awesome new head tracking software or hardware coming. And you guys will be hopefully surprised to see what it is. And I'm kind of excited to try it out. It's definitely something completely different. So I'll be waiting for that to happen here. Alright, let's do... Don't need the back taxi, but we're going to go ahead and do it. And let's get the strobe light on. I don't have my class echo available to me today. Again, I'm moving a bunch of things around based on a very large cockpit change. All right. Let's turn ourselves around here. A little bit of a crosswind today. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Let's set flaps 1 for takeoff. Probably don't need it, but just to make things a bit easier on us. Alright, let's get rolling in the Baron G-58 with the improvement mod. Changes everything from horsepower to engine performance, flight dynamics, flight modeling, ground handling, all kinds of very awesome changes that took place that this developer included. Airspeed's alive. Whoa, a little rocky there. In the white arc, approaching rotation. And bringing her nose back. There we go. Alright, coming off the rudders, letting her slip into the wind here a little bit. Got a nice solid climb rate. Let's go ahead and bring our gear up. There it is. Passing through 100 knots. Let's retract those flaps. And just let her fly. You guys pay very close attention to the way the aircraft's performing, how it's reacting to the environment. Climb rate and speed. I mean, we've got a nice solid climb going here, pulling some pretty good nose high angles here, and still maintain a nice 124 knots. Really pull it back quite a bit. Really been impressed with this mod. And you know, I was going to do a guide a long time ago on the Baron G-58, and everything that I found according to real world performance, right? I was reading real world POHs and looking at graphs and things like that and trying to make my guide based on that, because that's sort of the idea that I go on with my guides, is trying to keep them realistic, at least as close to as I can, especially not being a real pilot myself. You know, just trying to make that learning curve a bit easier for everybody, and the numbers were nowhere close. Well, this developer has definitely changed that. Definitely changed that. Alright, let's pull some of that engine RPM out. There we go. Sounds beautiful. And you're busy in it, don't get me wrong. You're definitely busy in the Baron. And that's what I like, right? And not busy in an uncomfortable or ridiculous manner or anything like that. It's just, it has life to it now. where before it really didn't, and it gives you far closer performance to that of what you would expect of a twin-engine aircraft like this. She's fun to just fly around and tool in, take in the sights. Also got a nice ceiling, so you can really get up to the altitudes if you choose. Really makes a big difference in the aircraft and the enjoyment of the aircraft. In many ways, like I said, it's a much busier plane, and then in other ways, things have been smoothed out and seem much more natural when flying it. Really appreciate that. The Sedona area up here is so beautiful. I still feel like I'm too far or too close to the damn thing, man. So when I turn around, that's a little bit better. I was like eating the seat or looking through it. There we go. That's better. I think we have Flagstaff Airport up here. So I was thinking maybe we'd go check that out. Little 3-knot headwind, nothing crazy. Manifold pressure, we're a bit low, so I'm going to bring that back up. Let's get back up into the 20s here. Didn't realize I had pulled that much off. There you go, that's better. This is pretty good for cruise, so I'm going to start leveling her out here. Pull those RPMs back a bit. Start trimming nose down just a hair. Yeah, that'll work. Get out of that climb. This is what I mean by busy, man. You find yourself sort of rocking around up here with all the mountain terrain and hills and canyons. Doesn't take much to get you kicked around a little bit. We should be heading... Yeah. Oh, you know what? We passed Flagstaff. Flagstaff's off our right. Let's make that turn, shall we? Okay. Get back in here. There we go. And see where we're at. I thought it was a little bit further than that, man. I didn't realize how close those two airports really are. This is a fun aircraft to actually do the flight up north with. Like if you're coming out of Tucson and want to go to northern Arizona, this is a great aircraft to do it with. Great aircraft. I don't know what it is about twin engines, but there's just something about flying a twin engine that I love it. I absolutely love it. With the exception of the TBM. I think the TBM is still one of my favorite airplanes to fly overall. Just because it's so easy. Oh, yep, there's the airport right there. Alright, wind direction. How we looking? Got tailwind here coming back, so we're going to be coming around from the other direction. As little bit as I've been trying to get us into a nice cruise, I mean, we're just getting bounced around. You can normally get her to cruise right at about, depending on wind and everything, I can normally get her to cruise comfortably right around 165, 170 knots. Nothing too bad. Let's get you moving. Oof, there's that turbulence. That turbulence. I really love the mod, dude. The mod really changed this aircraft pretty significantly. Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good bounce there. Alright, so let's see how we're looking here. And I could probably mix out a little bit more too, honestly. We're quite a bit higher. Pick up a few RPMs out of that. Alright, but let's start slowing down. So I'm going to pull some manifold pressure off right to the minimum there. And let's bring the RPMs way down. Start letting her slow down a bit. And we'll see. We'll play it by ear. If we want to do a touch and go, we might do a full stop. Just sort of check it out as we go along here. This aircraft is fun where I don't care either way. Trying to get her, keep her nice and level though out here, and keep that nose down here. Probably need to work on my trim with this aircraft a little bit more. There's 150 knots. I'm going to go ahead and go flaps 1. Start slowing it down. There we go. Pretty good position. Where it looks like we're going to be a little high in the approach. It's kind of a fun approach too because it's right on the tree line. So one of the things I like to do is sort of treat it the same way you would at like Princess Juliana, where you scrape the top of the fence line and you know, try to blow as many of the people onto the beach as you can. I'm sorry, if I was an airline pilot going for TNCM, I would absolutely, like, I don't know, I'd figure something out. Put a camera in the back where you can see how many of them you got. Alright, let's go ahead and drop our landing gear. Let's reset our barometric pressure. And let's start turning her inbound. Still trying to maintain here. I don't want to start descending yet. Maybe a nice, gentle descent. Nothing crazy. Pulling those RPMs back a bit further. Bring the manifold pressure down to the white line here. Staying at minimum. 120 knots, a little faster than what I wanted to be here at this point, so I'm going to go full flaps. And part of that is, first I was descending too quickly, then I waited too long to start the descent. Oh, that's a pretty little place. Is that a golf? That's a golf course. I want to golf there. Alright, really bled that altitude off there. There we go. Looking pretty good. Made it more of a wide arc than actually turning base and final, but meh. It's my show. I can do it the way I want. Alright, still came out a little high in the approach according to the Pappies, but really it depends on how accurate the Pappies are. Alright, eyes on the touchdown target. Prop back to full. Wait for it. Stick the number, stick the number, stick the number, stick the number. Oh, I think we went just past it. Alright, let's go back to flaps 1. Let's go ahead and let it happen. Max power. Call and touch and go. And there's a plane right in front of us going against the wind. Why you gotta be like this, bro? Alright, nice easy rotation. Good rate of climb on us here. Let's pull that gear back up. We're going to take ourselves to about 8,000. Come around, do it one more time. Flaps up. Manifold pressure coming back. RPM's coming back. Got to set up for a decent climb here. There's 8,000 coming up on the mark. And let's start turning. Oof, come on, baby. Let's get into the downwind here. Turning it like a fighter probably isn't helping. Sort of all over the place. Let's watch that mixture. Alright, on the downwind, a little low. Actually, it looks I'm going to retract that. That actually looks pretty good. Well, no, maybe a little low. I should probably be more closer to 8,400 than 8,000, but wingtips look nice. Looks like our separation's pretty good. Separation looks pretty good. We're not quite on the reciprocal, though. I'm extending out wide a little bit further than I should. Going for flaps 1 again. Start slowing it down. Let's go ahead and call the base. Turn base, going full flaps, gear coming down. Gentle descent. And by the way, I am landing way further than I need to, and again, it's because I enjoy scraping the treetops, and it's a simulator, and that's one of the perks that we have in simulation, right? Alright, there we go. Establish on base. And let's start that turn for final. Bring that rudder in a little bit. Help us coordinate that. About that ain't bad. We are low, and I told you we were low. Probably should have been about 400 feet higher, but this is what I like to do. We treat those tree lines like it's a fence, which essentially it is. Just one that will end very badly for me. Alright, nice and in close. Propellers back to full pitch. We're going to see if we can stick the arrow here. Nope, went too wide. Too much speed. It came in way too steep and fast. Buttered that landing, though. That was about as smooth can be. Let's go ahead and bring the flaps back up. We're going to let it roll up towards the terminal there. We have the runway to ourselves today. Not the terminal, but parking. You guys knew what I meant. And one more. I think we'll go to the next one. Here we go. This is a good place to turn it off. As soon as we've cleared the runway, let's stop the aircraft. Let's get the landing lights turned off. And the strobe light off. Alright, let's bring it back over to parking. I really hope this has encouraged some of you guys to pick this improvement mod up and fly the Baron. If I know that she's gotten a pretty bad rep when it was first released onto the simulator. But it's really come a long way. This improvement mod has really made it a ton of fun to fly. Really enjoyable aircraft. I was right, there is a terminal here. Oh, that's right, I'm at Flagstaff. That's right. Bring it over here next to these guys. They look like they want to be friends with us. Is this like PC6 or PC12, like heaven or something here? Like, talk about lack of variation, guys. Come on now. Mercy. That one's not even parked straight. None of them are parked straight, actually. I think we can squeeze in right there. We're going to have to be a little off the lines here, but I think we can get it in. Just watching that wing there. Good enough for me. Alright. Oops, I forgot to bring the cowl flaps up. Fail. Alright, let's turn the magnetos off. Mixture coming back. Set the prop back. Lights coming off. Avionics master. Alternators. Battery. Almost forgot the pitot heat. And let's shut our fuel valves off. Alright, my friends. Well, that was a quick flight and a fun flight in the Baron G-58 for Microsoft Flight Simulator with an improvement mod. I hope you guys give this one a shot. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the modification. I certainly am very grateful for it, and I think you guys will be too. As always, guys, stay safe and healthy, and I will see you in the next one.